in a high-rise building, you've probably at least wondered how you would get out of there if there was a fire. Those fears became all too real for thousands of Americans on September 11th. Many were trapped in the World Trade Center towers as the floors below them burned. Well, now inventors are working on new technology to help people get out alive. Ariadzer has a look at one invention. Go ahead, step on.
And down he goes. Looks simple, and it is. The Recover-All high-rise evacuation system being tested on this day by firefighters.
I think this is impressive. It looks pretty easy to set up. It's easy to use. It's hands-free operation. It's self-contained. I think it'll work.
Our equipment was designed specifically to be used by senior citizens, by children. That's why we chose a device that is fully automatic in operation. That's why we enclose the victim inside a full coverage suit, which eliminates the fear of heights.
The first step for evacuation is putting on the big suit. Kind of makes you look like a baked potato, but this actually protects you from heat and flames if you're in a real fire situation. The firefighters let us go for a test ride. Picture one of these machines on your condo balcony ready to use, or in your high-rise office stored away for an emergency.
It buys you the time to escape.
We are 6 floors up. Once you push back and let go, the machine lowers you gently to the ground at the rate of 3 feet per second. The ride is smooth all the way down. You never speed up, you never slow down. It keeps you at that same rate all the way down to the ground. So the obvious question on everyone's mind is, would this system have made any difference in the World Trade Center disaster?
My personal opinion is this would have saved some people up there, absolutely. This cable, they said, was effective up to 1,000 feet. That's 100 floors.
From the events of September 11th to the recent attacks in Mumbai, it's clear that high-rise buildings have become a well-known target for terrorists. Those trapped in buildings have only the use of an emergency stairwell in times of disaster. That is, until now. Initiated in September 2003, the Israeli company Escape Rescue Systems has designed a revolutionary external evacuation system that will save lives and get first responders as well as SWAT teams on location without having to enter the building. In July 2004, Escape installed the first prototype system on a 21-story building in Ramat Gan, Israel. Selected by the U.S. Department of Homeland Security as a qualified anti-terrorism technology, Escape's Rescue Systems is a collection of collapsible cabins permanently stored on the roof in a folding position. It's independently powered and operated to ensure its availability in a mass emergency. In their folded form, the cabins are lowered to the ground level, where first responders unfold and enter the cabins. The evacuation system can rescue 30 people per cabin every 8 minutes.
Mumbai was not a private event in India. It was really a global event and caught everybody's attention. Since Mumbai, we've been inundated basically by people from India and from other countries saying, wait a minute, there is a problem. It looks like you guys might have a solution. So let's look at it.
Tactical problem number 1, evacuation. Rooftop helicopter rescues are very slow, tedious, and extremely dangerous procedures, and a lot of times are unavailable or impossible because of smoke or rooftop obstructions. For people trapped above the event floor, Escape Rail offers hydraulic descending devices that mechanically engage the track system and lower the user at a controlled rate of speed. This system allows for simultaneous evacuation on multiple tracks placed around the building. As you can see in this example, this allows many people to get out of the building before first responders even arrive on the scene. This short video clip of the first working prototype illustrates how this descending unit descends the track at a controlled rate of speed. Our second tactical problem is first responder access into the building. Obviously, if people trapped above the event floor cannot get out, it will be very difficult for fire rescue to reach them as well. With the track system installed on this building, it is possible for first responders to use a hydraulic-powered cart and elevate themselves up the side of the building on the track system. This will also eliminate the traffic congestion of firefighters trying to ascend the stairways while people are trying to evacuate down the same set of stairs. The time and energy that are saved without having to climb the stairways will benefit first responders in their tactical engagement of a fire.
Double Exit, the emergency escape system. A simple, smart system designed to rescue people quickly during emergency situations in multi-story buildings. This unique system can be installed in any apartment or office building, enabling unlimited numbers of occupants to rescue themselves quickly, safely, and easily when no other escape route is available. An alarm system is activated by emergencies such as fires, smoke, or earthquakes. Double Exit is then automatically ready for use. The procedure is simple. Just hook up to the harness, connect it to the cable, and exit via the window or balcony. The automated rescue system lowers the rider to the ground at a safe, steady speed of 1.5 meters per second, enabling the rescue of unlimited numbers of people. As soon as the first person has reached the ground, the next harness is ready for use, assuring continuous evacuation. Double Exit can carry up to 150 kilograms, more than the weight of a large adult, and strong enough if required to carry 2 adults or an adult and 2 children. It can function at any height or from any floor of a building, and can save many lives simultaneously without waiting for rescue teams. The Double Exit system provides an answer to a wide range of emergency situations, such as fires, smoke, poisonous gases, earthquakes, or terrorist attacks. When there's no alternative and no time to waste, an exterior escape route is the safest choice, as far as possible from smoke, fire, and other hazards.
During emergencies, time is critical to the success of any attempt made to evacuate or rescue trapped high-rise occupants. Ease of use and user safety are additional factors. To use lifeline descent, one need only put on the included harness. Tighten all buckles until vest and leg loops are secure. Step into the leg loops. Pull harness up and over shoulder and arms. Clip the device to a mounting point.
We can do this.
And then begin making your descent to safety. At no time is external power required. No user input is required, and a steady rate of descent at less than 2 meters per second is maintained all the way to the ground. At the end of the descent, unclip the harness.
People trapped in the World Trade Center towers on September 11th faced a horrific choice between death by fire and death by jumping. Companies are now rushing to sell people who work in high-rise offices parachutes. Steve Young has the story.
No one who watched will ever forget the horror of seeing dozens or more people jump from the World Trade Center catastrophe, which is why a Michigan company is racing to ship an $800 last-ditch skyscraper parachute. The chute opens much faster than sports parachutes. It's more stable, but can't be steered, which means you could slam into the skyscraper you just fled, or another nearby.
Talking about fire escape awareness. We're going to talk to you guys about the history of fire escapes and the point where fire escapes started getting ignored. A little button turned on here. And I'm going to tell you guys about this particular scenario if it ever happens to you, and how this is not supposed to be a point in time where you're supposed to be fearing the fire escape. It's not a point in time where you're supposed to be getting these people off the fire escape. Let me tell you a little bit about the history of fire escapes and why this is not a problem. Fire escapes since the 1900s were built to take 100 pounds per square foot, and even today if I build a new one, I got to build it with 100 pounds per square foot. So what that means is that I have to engineer it so that I can take something that's 3 by 5, that's 15 square feet times 100 pounds per square feet. That means I can have 1,500 pounds on that one platform, and if I have an average person that weighs 150 pounds that lives in that building, I can have 10 people in a 3 by 5 square. You ever see 10 people in a 3 by 5 square? If you take half of that and you say you can put 200 to 300 pound guys on there, like you guys weigh every now and then with all your gear, that means I can put 5 of you guys in a 3 by 5 square. So if fire escapes are properly engineered, properly installed, and properly maintained, this is not a problem. You can fill up the top one, the middle one, the bottom one, put people on the staircase. This thing will never come off the building. And if it does, the wall has to come off the building, because a lot of times these are all either through-bolted or cemented into the building. So you have to have a whole catastrophic failure of the entire facade of the building in order for everybody to come down. Now, what happens, though, is that if this thing is not made, it was fabricated correctly, it was installed correctly, and then it hasn't been maintained for 80 years, this is fearful. It's the worst scenario that you could ever have on any one of these buildings. And again, we'll repeat the story that everybody here knows. Everybody knows it here except the tenants that live in this building. The old gray-haired guys tell the new guys coming in case of fire, that's it. Don't use them. Don't use them. Don't use the fire escape.